everyone, and welcome back to Wolf Quest 3, where we are once again returning to the adventures of Callie. Oh wait, and where is he going? And her potential new mate Sulfur, as we get ready to finally have Generation 6 of the... Oh, look at him go. Generation 6 of our Dark Moon pack. Go ahead and meet her mate so we can start Generation 7! I can't believe we are already on Generation 7. And yet at the same time I can, because it has been a little while. But hello everyone and welcome back. I apologize for having been such a little while. I actually got very sick and I also have to have my wisdom teeth removed. I'm really not feeling very happy about canines and wondering, you know, if or when or how wolf pups actually drop their own teeth. Maybe that's a question for wobble dogs. But we are back! And so Callie is over here with Sulfur and they're actually just having a grand night getting to know each other a little bit more, which is wonderful. And actually, now that I have a moment to sit and think about it, I just realized we probably should go ahead and try to position ourselves somewhere near where we might want to go ahead and have territory before we complete the quest to go ahead and have Sulfur be our mate. Because once we need to establish territory, we are going to need to have 15 hexes claimed. And if Echo has taught us anything with her struggles, yes, struggles, which surprises me, it's that you really have a hard time establishing territory once things get going, especially because winter sets in as well. And we also need to find at least 4 den sites. So I'm going to hopefully find some of those things before winter sets in. And that brought up the question of just where would our beautiful kaleidoscope and her potential, definitely, hopefully happening, unless something terrible happens, mate Sulfur, where would they want to raise their wolf pups? And then it hit me, friends. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Like the happy howling, welcoming in, hopefully, the next chapter of the Dark Moon pack. We have Kaleidoscope, who suffered under having a forest fire. Extend the trial. Okay, alright, Sulfur likes us enough to go ahead and join us, but we're gonna want to go ahead and extend that trial because I was just building up to something special. Alright. In fact, okay, now we're in the Lucky Pack territory too. Let's just hang a strong easterly pace just for no reason. Just for a little while here. But it hit me, my friends. So as we are watching the stories of our wolves unfold in this beautiful new land that just expands in all directions, filled with gorgeous trees, the rustling grasses, the sounds of birds, the very abundant sounds of other packs of wolves and groups of coyotes roaming around. Also, grizzly bears. Grizzly bears happen. You too may find a grizzly bear in the forest. Just saying. Alright, let's keep moving. Well, picking out the place where the Dark Moon Pack will be able to establish their own territory became really obvious to me once I thought about it. Kaleidoscope actually lost her first mate to a terrible forest fire that also claimed her first litter of pups and left her with these tremendously fierce burns that do ache from time to time up her side, right? And then rising from the ashes, she has gone ahead and she has actually met Sulfur, who seems to be a really excellent match for her. He seems really laid back. I take that back. Sulfur is not the laid back one. That might potentially be Relic, who is Echo's mate, but not Sulfur. I completely take that back because Sulfur, you know, he wants what he wants. And if he happens to be going in a direction and he wants whatever he finds in that direction, he's just going to take it. He is confident in his strength and he also has quite the appetite that's going to be a little bit tricky to keep full. So he isn't really like particular about where we settle down. Just if he likes the area, then of course it's gonna be his. Like there's literally no other questions asked, right? And he's not hungry right now. Whoa, what are those? He's not hungry right now, so I don't think he would bother chasing deer if he wasn't hungry unless he felt like the thrill of the chase. But I really love him because he's just so confident. He is one of the largest wolves in the area, and he was the biggest of all of his wolf pack growing up, which caused a lot of trouble trying to keep him fed, which was very distressing for his parents, no doubt, and his whole pack. So he really doesn't care where we go as long as it has just something that he wants. Wow. And look at this. Oh man, it's the motel. These are tiny little motel like houses that people could go ahead and stay in while they were visiting. Oh, okay. All right, we're going, Sulfur, we're going. It looks like he wants to chase these guys for just a second. So we might as well see if we can make a quick hunt of it. We don't really need to, but I mean, he's having a good time, so maybe we'll give it a little push. That may be his challenge that we might have to go ahead and tackle whilst we're playing with him, is that if Sulfur independently starts chasing something, we might have to go ahead and we might have to give it a pursuit just because he wants it. Like, just because he's super, like, into chasing it. See, look at him! I mean, he's zeroed in on the spawn. And I guess he just wanted a meal. Oh, let's get out of here before we get kicked too much. Whoa, and he's actually pretty strong, too. Alright, let's try to avoid Sulfur. Eh. Yeah, that might be a really fun challenge to have to go ahead and face with him. Is anytime he starts chasing something, if it's like a predator, if it's like another wolf from a rival wolf pack, if it's prey that we don't really need, but like, oh my gosh, how is that fawn even? How? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's over now. What? How is it still? Alright, I'm sorry, little one, I'm sorry, but you were so beat up by the wolves by this point. I don't think you would have made it anyway. Oh, that's so cool. So I actually think that's going to work really, really well in our favor. Actually going ahead and having it so that when Sulfur, and we'll double howl just for a second, when he chases something, we'll go ahead and pursue it with him. Just because he sees it, he wants it, he takes it. Like, that's what he does as a huge wolf. And I think that Callie, she's not really that kind of simplistically possessive personality, but she does really find a lot of confidence in just how strong he is, and that she can make a way in the world and have a mate who just might help her carve out a territory that's large enough to be able to potentially escape any dangers, thanks to Sulfur's help. And with all of that said, here is the epiphany that I had that made me oh so excited for the future of Callie's adventures, friends. You see, it hit me. Callie, afraid of fire. Not so sure about these human things, though she may occasionally want to wander into town so she can sleep in beds. That is a kind of a cute achievement that she may or may not get. And Sulfur, who rises from the ashes, right? Well, if these two don't want to have a lot to do with fire, then what about if we wiggle our way up into Lost River and claim the two-step, where there should, if memory serves me right, be a very lovely waterfall hiding. So that is going to be our goal with the Dark Moon pack this generation, for Generation 6, is to claim the waterfall as our own and defend it. And who knows, maybe that will end up becoming like a very important area to the Dark Moon pack, and we'll just want to keep claiming it over and over again. Or maybe Callie and Sulfur, if they have any surviving pups, maybe like the pups will just want to come and live down at like at the town, or maybe we'll go ahead and explore Grant's Creek? It looks like Grant's Creek over there, that's funny. Or Midnight Mountain in the future. Oh my gosh. Okay, not this time, but maybe Generation 7's heir might have to be the Dark Moon pack wolf who claims Midnight Mountain. That is a little bit too fitting, isn't it? Just a bit. But alright, so I think we're both pretty good. We only took like the tiniest bit of damage from that deer. So let's go ahead and get some sleep, because like we're kind of tired. We have a goal now. Sulfur is probably just like happy to kind of run in one direction until something stops him. I really love that about his character compared to, you know, Echo's mate Relic, who is much more like thoughtful and strategic about where he goes, and he hides in the grasses. And then we just have this guy who's just like crashing into everything, which is really cracking me up, to be honest. All right. Once we get some rest, we can fill up. Yeah, sulfur's ready to fill up too. Oh, geez, those are the dogs! Okay. Oh my gosh, are those like tiny dogs? There's different, it's a Jackson! I didn't know there's different types of dogs! This makes me feel extremely conflicted right now. Okay, I didn't know this. I legitimately didn't know you could. What are you doing out here? You can't just be with these wolves. Oh my word, where are my notes? Where are my notes? That's it. We're gonna have to do a little dachshund. Oh my gosh, and a wolf in our Wolf Quest adventure, or in our Sims 4 laboratory. Because, are you kidding me? Like, he's so small. I kind of wish we could adopt a dachshund puppy into our wolf pack. Like, that would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right, look, I can't attack that guy. Even though Sulfur really likes to chase the dogs. Come on, that tiny little one. I think it looked too much like a puppy. And so Callie just couldn't attack it. But we'll go ahead and we'll sort of, we'll let Sulfur know, like, oh, sorry about that. Also, hey, who are you? All right, and then, wait, all right. And we'll go ahead and we will grab some of our food. I don't think Sulfur needs any food right now. He might, like, he's gonna just fill up completely. Dachshund, I had no idea that could happen. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to follow Lost River and just see if we can actually figure out if there is a waterfall worth claiming over there. And while we're at it, we do have to go ahead and try to find some dens. And I feel kind of bad for poor Echo, because Echo and Relic are trying to do all of that in the snow, running around like in the wild, having a hard time hunting. And then here we are with Callie. And now that I know how difficult it can be to get around in the winter, like, Callie gets the benefit that poor Echo doesn't. That's okay. Maybe Echo is sending us a message from the future. Like, cousin, you really might want to catch your breath before you go ahead. Oh, look at this. And try to have pups of your own. Oh, this place is huge. It's gonna take us forever just to be able to get from place to place. Yeah, I think this is the right move. Running for miles across the open grassland, watching as the stories unfold alongside Sulfur, having full bellies and Kaleidoscope feeling the stress start to roll off her shoulders. I think that there's almost something addictive about the way that Sulfur just faces everything with such a casual, laid-back air. I mean, it could be pretty addictive just to see another wolf who doesn't stress about where to go or what food to have or worry about the future. He literally just takes whatever is in front of him, and if he wants it, it's his. Oh dear, not snow. I don't need the deep snow. We're like hardly anywhere yet. I wonder if we want to zigzag anywhere too. All right, we'll give it a little run. Yeah, we're starting to get kind of close to Lost River, so we'll give it a good boost. And we'll run until we get tired. And once we start getting worn out, then we'll slow down. And every now and then, we'll keep our nose up in the air, looking for a lovely den. Aww. Alright, so these two I don't think have quite the, like, tender romance that Relic and Echo do. But I think that they're going to have an absolutely fascinating story. Let's see, especially if Kaleidoscope is able to go ahead and claim a waterfall for herself. That just seems like a bit of a power move on her part. Something that none, actually that's true. That would be something that literally none of her Wolf Quest ancestors would have accomplished, is claiming a waterfall for themselves. The Starry Skies would have something new to talk about for the first time in many generations. Are we almost there yet? Oh my gosh, let's see. No. Alright, we're gonna avoid that moose. I think that Callie might actually have to go ahead and kind of step in if that's something that Sulfur wanted to go ahead and hunt. And we're going to see what the wild forest have waiting for us for Callie, Sulfur, and the Dark Moon Pack next time. It might apparently be more dachshunds. Please tell me that's not a tiny Yorkie. Alright guys, it is so wonderful to finally return back to our adventures. Thank you for your patience while I've been so sick and while I have been working on getting many dental surgeries done. And tomorrow, extend trial! And tomorrow I even have my wisdom teeth getting removed. So I'll do my best to keep up with these WolfQuest adventures, but pardon me if it takes me another week or so just to kind of adjust. However, don't give up hope, because Generation 7 is on the way. And we're gonna have to start thinking of some names. Oh, is this a burned down forest? Kaleidoscope might have to think about this. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.